Teacher Talk at Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in. The NBA's regular season is officially over. We still have the playing games, but the 3-6 and 4-5 first round matchups are set. Already went over the Eastern Conference one. Today I'll go over the Western Conference one, starting with the 3-6. The third-seeded Sacramento Kings facing the sixth-seeded Golden State Warriors. The Kings finished with a 48 and 34 record. Warriors 44 and 38, despite the Kings being a third seed and the Warriors being the sixth seed. Almost seems like a little bit of a mismatch, being this is the first time the Kings have made the playoffs since 2006, and they haven't won a playoff series since 2004. Meanwhile, the Warriors are the defending NBA champions. They've won 4 of the last 8 NBA finals. They've appeared in 6 of the last 8 NBA finals, making this seem like a total mismatch because of all the experience the Warriors have. DraftKings Sportsbook currently has the Warriors as a minus 290, and I believe the Kings as a plus 225, so they agree. Warriors are a definite favorite. Of course, question many people have is, will Andrew Wiggins be suiting up as soon as the playoffs begin? He hasn't played since February due to personal issues. Has recently rejoined the team, did not suit up for the final regular season games, but you'd have to believe that he should be ready for game 1 of the playoffs. I don't want to assume, but I'm going to guess that he will, and that would give the Warriors their full stash of players. Meanwhile, the Sacramento Kings definitely have stayed healthy this season, and that definitely helped them finish as the third seed. All 5 of their main starters start at least 74 games. I'd have to check, but I can't imagine another team having that level of the same starting lineup pretty much every game. Sabonis started 78 games, De'Aaron Fox 72, Harrison Barnes 81, Keegan Murray 77, Kevin Huerter 74. So again, basically the same starting lineup every day, and it was successful. The Kings finished with the highest offensive rating in NBA history. This is actually a matchup between the 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA this season. Don't ask about their defensive numbers. They're not as good, but the offense scored enough for them both to finish over 500. Of course, the Warriors have a lot more playoff success, a lot more playoff experience. Harrison Barnes was on the first of the Warriors championship teams, but that was back in the 2014-15 season. So it's been a while. Otherwise, De'Aaron Fox first playoffs. Keegan Murray, of course, is a rookie. It's his first playoffs, although he set the record for most threes made by a rookie. Meanwhile, the Warriors pretty much have their same players. Of course, the Curry, Thompson, Green triumvirate that has been so successful throughout the years. Kevon Looney. If Andrew Wiggins is back, they reacquired Gary Payton II in a trade. Jonathan Kuminga's been playing more meaningful minutes. Really, the only new piece that's part of the rotation would be Dante DiVincenzo. And Anthony Lamb does play. We'll see if he's in the rotation when it's shortened once the playoffs begin. But I think the Warriors definitely have the advantage with their depth and bench, as long as Wiggins does play, because then their bench would consist of DiVincenzo, Kuminga, Gary Payton II, and of course Jordan Poole. Meanwhile, the Kings, not as much of a bench that they can rely on, other than Malik Monk. Malik Monk, for his second straight year, has played very well off the bench last season for the Lakers. But other than that, Davion Mitchell, Trey Lyles, who wasn't really successful in his first few stops in the NBA, although he did okay this season. Chimezie Metu, Kessler Edwards, who wasn't in the Nets rotation before being traded. Rashawn Holmes just doesn't play. So I definitely give the depth advantage to the Warriors. The Warriors were terrible on the road this season at 11-30, but they actually did play a better on the road to end the season, although some of those games, including the last one against Portland, Portland's basically whole team is the whole starting team really isn't playing, so that's not all that impressive, but they have been playing better on the road. Kings actually, I think, finished one game better on the road than they did at home, so they seem to be successful, whether at home or away from home. So, all in all, what are your predictions? Charles Barkley actually recently guaranteed the Kings win a playoff matchup. I am not going to do that. I am going to say the Warriors in 6 with their Warriors road woes this season. I am predicting that they win at home, to win the series at home, and I think steal 1 or 2 games on the road. Again, they've been playing better, and of course, the Kings, other than Harrison Barnes, don't really have that postseason experience. So maybe next season is their year where they could advance deeper in the playoffs. But Warriors, defending NBA champions, I got them winning in 6. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.